Alright boys, in this video we're going to be going over something Oscar Poole wrote in my community, and you can join the community for free and I'll answer any question you have on any topic whatsoever. And also, when you join my community completely for free, you get my entire Elitebody Blueprint, which is the entire framework and program I use to lose around 20 pounds of fat on one occasion and around 30 pounds of fat on a different occasion. All you have to do is book an onboarding call when you join, and that's completely for free, by the way. So let's get on with the video. Now, Oscar Poole says he can't lose weight. Hey, I am trying to lose weight and become healthy, but I am struggling with getting the scale down. I want to drop 8 kilograms, but the weight will not go down. I work out 4 or 5 times a week, and my diet is a lot better than before I started to try and lose weight, but nothing has changed for the past few weeks. I lost a few kilograms at the beginning, but I can't seem to lose anything unless I do loads of cardio. Is this how hard fat loss is? I already feel like giving up eating healthy. I already feel like giving up, full stop. Eating healthy is so much harder and longer, but I thought losing the weight will be easy if I just ate cleaner, but obviously not. I feel hopeless and I need some advice. So Oscar, you're trying to lose weight and the scale will not go down and you want to drop 8 kilograms. I don't know what you started on, Oscar, which would have been a little bit helpful. You work out 4 or 5 times a week, your diet is a lot healthy, and you basically nothing has changed. And you only lose weight when you do a lot of cardio. Is how fat loss is. So Oscar, when you're losing weight, what you need to make sure is you're tracking every single thing that you eat. What I'm thinking and what I'm assuming is happening is you're probably a little bit, you're around your maintenance calories because your weight isn't going up, but it's basically staying at the same at the same weight. So, and you didn't tell me what your starting weight was, if I mentioned that before, but that would be very helpful. And the thing is, when you don't track what you're eating, like things like sauces, things like condiments, things like drinks, I'm not sure if you drink drinks, but things like that become very, very important because it can literally put you into your maintenance, maybe even a surplus, which is probably what's happening to you at the moment, because you're saying you don't lose weight unless you do loads and loads of cardio. So what the cardio is probably doing is it's burning a lot of your calories and it's basically putting you back into the deficit. So I'm thinking, Oscar, you're losing too much weight. So you're eating too much food. And obviously, if you're eating too much food, regardless of whatever else that you're doing, unless you're doing loads and loads of cardio, which you said you do on occasion, that's when you lose weight. So Oscar, you need to track your calories properly. Use MyFitnessPal. There's a video in my community, in the introduction tab, whatever it is called, the resources tab, and it tells you how to accurately measure your calories. Now, you can have the best diet in the world, but if you're eating too much, it won't matter. It won't matter. Fat loss is about eating less. Obviously, to become healthier and have like healthy, clean fat loss, you still want to eat healthy, because if you don't eat healthy and you're trying to lose fat and your liver becomes compromised on the way that you're trying, on the way there, you'll basically not lose any fat. Your fat will get to the liver, and when it's time for the liver to dispose of the fat and the toxins and the garbage, your body will basically reabsorb all the fat, all the toxins. So eating healthy is good. Loads and loads of cardio. Do you know what I would do actually, Oscar, as well? I would probably stop doing loads and loads of cardio, maybe for a week, and see how you get on. See if you're gaining weight and if you're losing weight. And if your eating habits stay the same and your cardio slows down, you basically don't do any cardio, and you're gaining weight, then your problem lies within your diet and what you're eating. Then it's clear that you're eating too much and you feel hopeless. Yeah, I know what it feels like. When you're basically trying to lose weight, you're being very healthy, but the scale does not reflect it. And good thing you mentioned the scale does not reflect it. On occasion, the scale will not reflect it, because if you're someone who is, you're a beginner, or even if you're like an intermediate kind of person, basically anyone who's not really fully optimized their training and their diet, which is 99% of people, right? For those people, the scale might not even tell them that they're gaining muscle and strength at the same time, because it's very, very possible, especially if you're a new person. If you're a new person, you can literally turn your fat into muscle. It doesn't really work like that, but on the scale, it will basically not show you any difference. So the way to indicate if you're losing fat and gaining muscle is to see how your clothes are fitting. If your clothes are fitting better, they're like tighter amongst the sleeve, around the muscles, like your pants are a bit looser around the waist, but on the scale you're still like 80 kilograms or 70 kilograms, whatever it is, then the chances are that you're gaining muscle and you're losing fat at the same time. So don't get too bogged down. It will be a journey. It will, fat loss doesn't really happen overnight, because it didn't take you a while to gain the fat. Sorry, it did take you a while to gain the fat. You didn't just wake up one day and you were like 8 or 10, 20 kilograms overweight. It happened gradually and slowly until it got to one point where you're like, you know what, this is getting out of hand. Sometimes fat loss can be like that. So don't pay too much attention to the scale. Maybe don't weigh yourself every single day. Make some changes, monitor your changes on the scale, but once you know what you're doing and you've got momentum going and you're in a bit of a groove and you know you're doing the right things, then maybe weigh yourself maybe twice a week, and that should be enough. My diet is a little bit, I'm just thinking if there's anything else I missed and I can give you advice on. Yeah, don't get bogged down. You feel hopeless, I need some advice. I hope this will basically clear up any confusion you have. And if you have any more questions, bro, just put them in the community and I'll basically reply with a video if it's an interesting topic like this, or if not, then I'll just reply to you. But yeah, boys, if any of you want tailored advice like this, and if you want a full framework, especially if you're a brown guy and you're trying to lose fat and gain muscle, because for a lot of brown guys, there's not many like influencers, people who can give you like practical advice. You see people online and they're like, they're different demographics, they're like white guys, black guys, Asian guys, whatever it might be. There's no one really out there for brown guys telling them how to basically navigate through brown culture, brown issues, brown diet, because our life is completely unique, I would say, to them kind of demographics. So if you're someone who's struggling, you want help with losing weight, then consider joining my free Skool community, and you can get full access to my training program. So yeah, boys, link will be in the description below, the first one. Click on that. Thank you.